everybody and welcome back to Bell's channel. Today is part 43 of our Horizon Zero Dawn walkthrough, and we will be doing the quest The Sun Shall Fall. This is one of the main quests next to you actually finding the killers, but it involves the king of the Karja culture and of Meridian, well, the Sun King, that's how he prefers to be called, and this involves Erend, an Osseram freebooter, who's also part of the Sun King's vanguard, and we learned that his sister was actually kidnapped in a frame-up job by the dude Derval, whose family got killed from the Mad Sun King and wants revenge against all Karja, even the bad ones. Sorry, even the good ones, but especially the bad ones. So what we're doing right now is we think he's planning an attack involving a lot of blaze. If you want to check out the videos of how we got to here, check on my past walkthroughs. I think it's called The Fields of the Fallen and then Into the Borderlands. So those are the questions you want to look at, but we need to get back to Avad, who is the 14th Sun King. If you have been watching my walkthroughs, you know about the Mad Sun King and everything. So yeah, we're in the palace, which is like restricted. But yeah, we need to speak to Avad because this Derval, who's also Osseram, is planning an attack against him.
I've sent a messenger to the claim to let everyone know.
If there's anything you or your clan need for her arrangements, you need but ask.
There'll be time for all of that later.
Aloy, I'm glad you're back. I'm at a loss about Ursa. To learn she lives, then lose that hope, seems cruel.
She wouldn't want us to waste time talking. She'd want us to find Derval. She said he raved about smoke darkening the sun. Tell him what you found in his papers.
A letter. It mentioned a shipment of blaze being sent to a warehouse here. Only, it wasn't addressed to Derval. The name was Ayland Forgeman. Does that mean anything to you?
Sounds familiar. Yes, a landlord. The Osseram have been buying up buildings across the city, including one under that name. Let me think. It's by the edge of the mesa, near the temple. It used to be a shop, but it could serve as a warehouse. If Derval used the name as an alias to buy it, he might even be there now.
I'll round up my men.
I'll meet you there.
Erend, wait. Remember that no one hates Derval more than your own tribe. The clans would give up much to obtain him.
Take him alive? So you can haggle over him? You can't be serious.
Our security depends on keeping the peace. If the opportunity presents itself, take him alive. Consider that a command. Aloy, a moment, please. When we spoke, Erend didn't wish to dwell on the details of Ursa's death. Understandable, of course. But now that they've been left to my imagination, those details are all I can think about. You were there. Did she suffer?
She wasn't worried about her pain. She was worried about her brother. And she was worried about you.
Thank you, Aloy. I suppose I needed to know I was as much on her mind as she is on mine. Find Derval and bring him before me. He will answer for his crimes.
Okay, so yeah, if you do want to see how we found Ursa and how, this quest came about, look up. I'm not quite sure which part it is, but the quest is called Into the Borderlands. And before that the quest that led to Into the Borderlands was called Fields of the Fallen. That's where we investigated Ursa's death, supposed death, and then Into the Borderlands is where we actually realised she wasn't dead and we found her. Only a bit too late to be aware. But leave there and say goodbye. So let's carry on.
Let's have a chat. No, A colorful discussion.
I'm gonna just ignore these weird people.
Shame a woman became Sunhawk of the Lodge.
Okay, so we're down here. This is the Mesa. There's the temple.
Adventurers, preferably with no friends or family, but I'm not choosing.
Here it is, this home.
This is the place. You home, Dervahl? I got a surprise for you.
Oh. He's ready.
Or he has a surprise for us.
Is it a bomb? Doesn't look too big.
Big enough to kill us.
All right. I'll shut up.
Blaze. It must be leaking from something upstairs.
Everywhere.
That's a lot of blaze.
If that bomb downstairs goes off, it'll be just what Dervahl promised. Smoke will darken the sun. As the city goes up in flames. There's gotta be a way to stop it. If that bomb goes off, the blaze will ignite in a fire. It looks like a wooden bracket. Not very strong. Help me push this out.
Okay. Brute force, I'm good at that. What'll it do?
Save the city, I hope. But when the blaze falls, run for it. Because the booby trap on the bomb downstairs is gonna get set off.
Will we survive?
Probably not. Now push.
So instead of blowing up the building and the temple and all that.
We did it! Dervahl's best shot, and Meridian's still standing.
This isn't over. Dervahl said he'd make a VOD watch.
No way. To do that, he'd have to get into the palace, and that's too heavily guarded.
Get back there, just to be sure. I'm gonna look around. Maybe Dervahl's men left something behind when they planted that bomb.
I got it. Don't worry. He tries for the palace. He's finished.
Boot tracks, with just a bit of blaze in them.
Okay, so here we go. I declared there was a lot of blaze on the floor.
Get to the fire and shut up a bucket line!
Down there.
What happened?
I haven't heard a blast like that since the liberation.
Everyone needs a splash of color in their lives.
I'm trying to dodge
let's
people,
talk it over.
dude. They're everywhere.
There's smoke rising from the edge of the mesa.
Are we under attack? The tracks lead inside. Another one of Dervahl's hideouts.
And the door's just open, that's very conspicuous. Oh, here we go, down here.
This must be where Dervahl assembled the detonator. He tunneled through the wall. Dervahl did find a way into the palace.
There's the palace. There he is.
Dervahl.
So I'm not going to explain the storyline, you know, why is he doing this, because if you watch my other walkthroughs you can see it. So as I said, the one Into the Borderlands and the Field of the Fallen, you should probably watch Field of the Fallen first, then Into the Borderlands, but you should just watch all my walkthroughs and then you'll get to know what the storyline's about. here we go. Up, 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 up. There's his men.
I need this.
So, as you can see, there's a lot of medicinal mushrooms here, so you need to grab them if you don't have a already full medicine pouch, because you are going to need some health. If you watch my other videos, you have known I have been in here before. You can access it even before this quest. So here we go. I probably shouldn't have done this at night, but oh well. Checking on the supplies around.
Look at you, Avad. The wriggling runt of a maniac king. You robbed me of my right to kill your father, so I'll have to settle for you. I'm going to enjoy watching the Karja burn, even more because you'll be watching with me. Say goodbye to Meridian, Avad. Breathe in the stench, and choke on the ashes. Something's wrong.
We already got to it, buddy.
I didn't hear anything.
There's a bit of smoke rising from the mesa's edge.
No! It should be a firestorm, not some belch from a charcoal burner!
I'd have to ditch something.
Okay, they're all recovering.
What's this? Oh. You must be the Nora who bushwhacked my camp.
And disabled your bomb.
Did you now? Well, bomb or no bomb, I'm gonna splatter that throne with blood. First yours, then Avad's.
Oh, not fair. Oh, I'm so gonna kill him.
Get over here! She's coming! I've led an army.
Killed kestrels and ravagers. A savage is nothing.
Oh,
Why does Avad always have his ladies do that?
they're not there. Alright, I'm just gonna...
You're starting to irritate me. Can we finish this? I've got a son love to kill. You'll have to do better than that, Red. It's not over yet, Nora. Any good Oseram tinker will tell you. Always have a third plan.
Oh, it's a law. Oh. Just great.
Fight or run.
Ah! Those majestic, murderous glinthawks!
More? Fine. Everyone else is the best thing you can do. Is to catch them with a rope catcher. Hit them critical. Takes a second. Got ya. What? Oh no. That was green. Come on.
Never do the work if you can get it to do it for you.
Okay, almost on Mars.
I hope you like fighting these things, because there's more in the way.
Let's wait for a second.
Ah! Those majestic, murderous Flinthawks!
As much as I wish Ursa was here to kill you, I don't mind doing it for her.
Go ahead. I'm not afraid. Except that knowing you, Aaron, you'll screw it up!
I know what you are afraid of. Going back to Mainspring in chains. Every clan in the claim wants you dead. And they know how to make it hurt. They'll even bid for the privilege.
It's just like you to get someone else to do your killing.
Shut up! You're at the Sun King's mercy now.
Go on errand. Oh, there we go. Bit of a glitch there. So, we have now just to speak to the main role people.
Aloy, to say you have my gratitude feels woefully insufficient. You saved my life. You saved Meridian. And because of you, there will be justice for Ursa's murder. We can mourn her knowing the truth, without painful uncertainty. It's hard to imagine where we'd be without you. And I don't want to try. I hope you will consider staying in Meridian.
I think he's forever looking for a bird.
Were you and Ursa, you know.
I suppose it's obvious how I feel. How I felt about her. She didn't just give me advice. She gave me strength. But we couldn't be together. Relations between the Karja and Oseram and Meridian were unsteady as it was. The union of the Sun King and an Oseram warrior would have led to open revolt in the city. And probably war with the clans.
Did anyone know?
Only one. Dervahl. He wanted Ursa, but she rejected him. And so jealousy became yet another of his hateful motivations.
What exactly will happen to Dervahl?
For now, He'll languish in one of the old cells under the Sun Ring here in Meridian. As for what happens after we negotiate his extradition to Mainspring, I don't want to think about it. My father was very creative when it came to inflicting suffering. But some Oseram devices surpass even his imaginings.
Ooh.
What a waste. Dervahl is a brilliant man. I wonder what he would have accomplished if it weren't for my father's cruelty.
Why do you want me to stay in Meridian?
I would think that would be obvious.
Not to me.
Huh. Well, to start with, you kept the city from going up in flames. You were strong, shrewd, and capable. I could use someone like you at my side.
Like he used us, I think that was, you know, they mutually did that. I'm not going to be a substitute for Ursa, but I don't like saying that, but I do have to go my own way.
Thank you for the offer, but I don't think either you or I are ready for that. At least, not yet. I've got a long way to go.
I don't know whether it's romance undertones going on.
And it's going to take me far from Meridian.
Of course. I didn't mean to presume. You are your own woman. Just as Ursa was. But please, remember that you're always welcome here. I hope that today is just a sunrise for us. Not a goodbye.
It's time for me to go.
Of course. I hope you find what you're after, Aloy. And if need be, I will come to your aid. As sure as the sun's rising.
Alright, I think if we speak to Aaron now, it will end the quest. So I think I want to go speak to Dervahl. First time I didn't realize you could do that, because it is a bit tricky finding him. Because he's in the cells underground almost. So I'm just gonna see if we can find him. And gain his perspective on whatever's going to happen. He was trying to murder everybody in Meridian and all Karja territories. And claim them for himself. Or some weird thing like that. But you can understand a man who went through that pain. Not to do the things he did, but you can understand why he went crazy. Oh, here he is.
Come to gloat, Nora. Well, as you can see, I'm busy. I get it. You want to rub it in? Well, it's not working.
Well, wait, so you don't really get much dialogue. Not even like a quick storyline scene.
Let's have a chat. No.
Yeah, so that's kind of not worth it. I got to run back to the thing. Let's listen to what Aaron has to say. I'm sure it'll be something quite about Ursa and everything. I do feel like this, you know what I mean? You do get quite a few suitors in here. You got Teb, Val, I like Val. Got Aaron, Avad, the Sun King. You mean they're like suitors, they really like you. I don't know why they have to add that. If, I mean, if you're gonna add it, make sure she can choose a suitor then. But if you're not, don't make it pearly.
Aloy. I was just thinking about Ursa. She would have killed Dervahl on the spot. I know it. That's why she went out to meet him in the first place, to put him down. But she also told me to grow up. I gotta admit it burned a little when she said that, but I'm trying to take it to heart. And I guess growing up means putting what you should do in front of what you want to do. Right?
You're asking me? I'm pretty sure you're older.
Yeah, but I don't act like it, do I?
You did with Dervahl.
Don't give me too much credit. Part of me still wants to wait for a quiet moment and wring his neck.
Yeah, but you won't. Because you're a good captain.
Come on, stop. You're gonna make me tear up.
what do you think the Oseram will do to Derval?
First off, they'll argue about it for a long time. But whatever they come up with, it won't be quick. I can live with that. In fact, I might just drop by his cell under the sun ring to remind him what's coming.
So, after all this, what's next for errand vanguardsman?
Heading back to the claim for a while. I'll get in touch with my clan and we'll lay Ursa to rest properly. Like how she would have wanted. And by that I mean less chit-chat, more drinking.
Well...
I know, you gotta go. Killers to track, machines to master, all before breakfast. You know what? When we met, I thought I was a big shot talking to a pretty girl hidden away in the middle of nowhere. Now I see that I was just lucky to get a minute of your time. Try not to forget about me while you're out there changing the world.
I'll always have a minute for you. Maybe even two.
Two? Huh. She likes me.
I do think she likes Erend a little bit. Okay, well that's going to end our quest here. I hope you like the storyline. And this is the end of that storyline where we track Ursa's killers, to which we've put him in prison, where he will get a very slow and painful death by the sounds of it. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.